Alright, so this is chapter 6, chemical composition. So at the end of chapter 5, we talk about formula mass. This is just a reminder of what formula mass is. We're also going to be calling it molar mass. So formula mass, the unit is AMU, atomic mass unit. Molar mass, the unit is grams per a unit called mole that we're going to talk about. So you may see either one of these units as the unit that goes behind the number you find for the formula mass. So to reiterate the formula mass, let's practice this question. So sodium chloride, what is the molar mass of sodium chloride? So go ahead and pause and try to figure this out. So sodium chloride is sodium, and I have one atom of sodium. I look on the periodic table and I see that sodium is 22.99 AMU, or grams per mole. And then I have one chlorine, and that's 35.45. I'm going to do my multiplication, and then we're going to add these up. You should get 58.44 AMU, or 58.44 grams per mole, depending on which unit that you're talking about. And that is the formula mass or molar mass for sodium chloride. So we use this formula mass to help us count by weighing. So if you go into a hardware store, you're probably not going to count out a certain number of nails that you need for a large project. You will actually pay for it by the pound. Or you go to the produce section and you will pay by the pound of a certain amount of produce, but not by the number, like mushrooms or something. And then we also do the same thing in lab. So in lab, we're not going to be counting individual atoms or molecules, especially because we can't see them to even count them. So we're going to be using a balance in the lab to weigh out an amount of something, and then we can use what we know about formula mass to figure out how many moles or how many molecules or atoms of that substance that we have. So a customer buys 2.60 pounds of medium-sized nails, and a dozen of these nails weigh 1.150 pounds. How many nails did the customer buy? So pause really quick and figure this out. Alright, so if I have 2.60 pounds of nails, how many nails did the customer buy? So I want to know how many nails. I have a conversion factor. A dozen nails, so 12 nails, equals 0.150 pounds of these nails. So that's my conversion factor. So I can also think about this as being pounds per dozen, right? So I can say 0.150 pound per dozen. So 1 dozen equals this much. So think about your unit. Sometimes you'll be given a unit like grams per mole, and that's really the number of grams that equals 1 mole, or the number of pounds that equals 1 dozen here. So I'm going to start with 2.60 pounds, and I'm going to put pounds in the bottom to cancel them out, and then 12 nails, or a dozen nails, on top. This will give me the number of nails once I cancel out the pounds. So if I have 2.60 times 12 divided by 0.15, I should get 208 nails. With sig figs here, you can use 3 sig figs because that's what you're given. It's also kind of a counting number, so I'm not going to be really strict about sig figs if you're doing a problem like this. Your homework, I would probably just use the numbers kind of given to me in the homework, and that'll probably be your best way to get the system to give you the right answer. Alright, so we have to talk about the mole if we want to talk about, if we want to continue talking about using it as a measurement. So click on this video, or I guess we can watch it here, huh?